Powerful Nerdcast assembled!
Stay dandy, baby. It's summer 2023, which means it's officially the summer of Luffy versus Kaido. This is an episode which is going to be the true beginning of the battle between Luffy and Kaido. We got a small taste of it in last week's episode, an episode which brought a lot of hype and everybody had their opinions about it. But like a lot of classic shonen battle fights, this one's going to go on for a little longer. And I have high hopes for this episode. I hope we're going to get a little bit more action in this one, although I know they're going to draw it out just a little bit more. And we got a pretty warm reception to our reaction to the last episode, so we're going to go ahead and do that again. And just like last time, if you are watching this on YouTube, this is going to be sort of the cut down highlights of this episode. But again, if you want to see the full reaction to the entire episode, make sure to check us out on Patreon, where you can make a small donation and you can see all of that exclusive content. Otherwise, I'm ready to jump in. I want to see more of this action. I want to see how they're going to pull it off. So here it is, guys. One Piece, episode 1072, Luffy versus Kaido. All right, a little recappage from last week. Everybody's been talking about that scene where Luffy pulled up the ground
and did the moonwalk.
And
I've seen
I didn't even notice that.
I didn't notice it either.
I think a lot of people have been slowing it down though. But yeah, a lot of people had thoughts about that episode and that scene in particular. You know, the whole lifting the ground up.
I'm excited to see what happens in this fight because we've been seeing a lot of like flashy colors in the other two fights with the, like Sanji and Zoro.
Yeah.
You know, like how they'll do all those frame drops and make it really flashy. So they haven't done that in this fight yet. I'm kind of excited to see if they do that. And it is something they're doing very well. It's showing when Luffy's in Gear 5, his body literally is rubber. It's not that like he has rubber properties. It's like his bones, everything become sort of fluid.
I think one of my favorite comments from last week is someone like basically said Luffy's basically got the power of the mask.
Yes.
At this point.
I've heard that since this has been introduced, you know?
I mean, I'm not sure what he can fully will into existence, but, like, that's a pretty good comparison. Just overall his, like, cartoony abilities.
Yeah. I think Luffy's face is almost creepy when he's in this mode.
Yeah.
Because you realize he kind of can do anything, and it's kind of like, thank God Luffy's the one with this power and not someone evil.
Yeah.
The other thing they're doing really well is Kaido has a presence sound-wise that they cut to, and you kind of feel the difference. Like when Luffy's there, you get the goofy, cartoony noises, but then whenever, like that kind of thing.
So full transparency, I just beat Tears of the Kingdom last night, so it's really crazy seeing, you know, Luffy fighting against a giant dragon.
A lot of dragon themes in that game.
So
they're like showing how they're awakened fruits.
Yeah, I guess, you know, Doflamingo and Katakuri were sort of like building up to this. They're like the introduction to like the awakened devil fruits.
This was pretty short in the actual manga. Like he just got swallowed and then made himself big and got out. See like this cartoony vibe?
The cartoon eyes in the dark?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
Luffy is the mask and the Joker.
This is different than the manga. Like they're actually showing him like inside his body. Didn't they just like show his body like contorting and stuff? Oh, there we go.
Yeah. I do remember this part in the manga. But see, like, I feel like this was extra. Oh my gosh, his face.
Ooh.
Well, swallowing a guy that can turn into a balloon is kind of a dumb idea. Like, these like that's so starkly different to, like, Kaido's vibe.
Like, ever since the transformation, the entire vibe has completely changed.
Yeah.
Like, Luffy has taken control of the battle. Kaido got fit. This is the build-up to Luffy. What?
I forget what happens next in this fight. I mean, I know all the beats, but I forgot what the order they happen in.
I haven't like read the manga in a while, so I kind of forgot. But I don't remember it being this ridiculous or showing like the perspective of Luffy being inside of his stomach. I really hope that's his eyes.
Or his double butt.
His double ass. That's freaky, dude.
What the heck is happening here?
Holy crap.
Does that fix your vision like LASIK, or does that ruin it?
Like, he can literally do that? I guess since he can manipulate his body, like, he's...
If he touches it, like, even if he's near you, the rubber power gets transferred to you. And the arms come back to the eyes. Okay. That's very...
They, like, came back around.
That wasn't explained very well in the manga, in my opinion, so that's cool. Is this when he grabs the lightning? I forget.
He grabbed lightning?
Don't you remember in the manga?
I remember he comes down and he's like giant, right?
Yeah, okay, that might be what's happening next. I'm sorry, guys, I'm not trying to spoil things.
Looks like a different animator worked on this scene.
Yeah. Let's add more frames to this part.
I mean, Luffy can literally become a giant flying giant now. Like, this is...
Yeah.
Who predicted this?
I just thought he'd get stronger and punch harder.
Oh, he is totally going to jump rope this dude.
This is also a very short attack. I feel
Yeah.
like, I hope they kind of spread this out a little more. Yeah, this is crazy. Also, why is Kaido's neck not broken? I feel like his body is spinning around his
Oh,
head.
that looks great.
This looks awesome.
Oh my god. I'm so glad it's focusing on the fight, too.
More road running. If you guys like this, but you hated the pain fight, you're a hypocrite.
This is nuts.
Yeah.
Was this even in the manga?
Yeah, he ran back in the air. See, that's what I'm saying. You keep forgetting how giant Kaido is.
He's insane.
Also, this is cool that they're doing this, because how strong is that roof? That roof
Those guys are dead as shit.
Yeah, that roof has been getting slammed, and for some reason there's still a roof. But what I'm cool with these badass dudes being the commentators and not goofy little, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not like nobodies
Not like the
looking
goons.
up saying, what's going on?
I don't care about the Goombas.
When it's purple, it's bad.
I think everybody just pants for a
Oh
second.
my god. And this is when the he's near them, so therefore the powers can go to them too.
Thumbnail right there.
Yeah, there's our thumbnail.
Or is he just dicking around? Like,
Oh, this is a scene I wanted to see animated.
so while Luffy is like, I wonder, like, is he actually like seriously exhausted right now, or is he just messing with Kaido? Uh-oh. Never mind, that's the thumbnail.
Yeah, there we go.
Kaido's in Strugglesville.
He's only been holding an island. Wow.
Literally for what? I guess hours in terms of the story.
Yeah. And
In real
wow,
time,
battle.
like what? Hadn't this battle been going on for like over a year?
Traditional One Piece music, which almost feels out of place after you've heard. Oh, shit.
Oh, did he just go Super Saiyan?
Did they just straight up say
Did he?
it's
It's
Super
the
Saiyan?
same sound effect.
Well, they borrow from each other.
It's done by Toei Animation. He literally is going Super Saiyan right now. Like, it's not even a joke. They better make his hair golden for like a second.
Just like 1 minute. No, straight to white. Pedro, you remember him? His most important thing was dying. Sorry.
Jeez, man.
It's true, though. I mean,
Pedro was a badass, man. He went out awesomely.
Kaido's got one of the best laughs.
Ooh, that looks freaking
Yeah,
cool.
whoa, look at that animation.
Whoa, that looks freaking
All of a sudden, they got the like animators from
awesome.
Redline.
Yeah.
You know? If you've ever seen Redline, it's a great anime movie.
Wow. So when they said they got key animators to
See,
work
this is what
on
I'm talking
the
about. This kind of
colors.
like color thing.
Ooh, the drums of liberation. Oh, that looks so good.
Spreading the rubber power everywhere. Dude, this looks great.
Oh, this looks so good. The famous, yep,
Yep.
the big
spike
face.
So like this, it made it a lot cooler this way than in the manga, where it was just like one panel. Change your face back, you idiot. But this shows how almost invulnerable Luffy is, because even though he just took a direct hit, because he's in his like pure Gear 5th form, it doesn't. It's like the first attack we ever saw Luffy take, which was on that lady pirate ship.
Yeah.
And she hit him with a club just like this, and it did nothing to him.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good callback to Alvita.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is freaking insane, dude.
Yeah, this is really stylized. How many times are you gonna be surprised? He's always been fast.
It's got to be a part of like his deception.
Yeah.
counter blow?
Just throw the earth at people.
Get some,
yeah.
man.
And again,
oh my
like
god, Kaido should be so dead.
Yeah, that's not how that's supposed to work. You're not supposed to be able to cartoon someone's face back like that. This is a great episode.
Ooh.
This is what I wanted.
Multiple angles.
This is what I wanted last week to be.
Yes. God, I was waiting for one good epic punch.
And one undeniable, like they're not trading
damage
blows.
hit. Yeah, like Luffy had to deliver like one hell of a punch. Did he just fart?
No, it was his rubber powers. Well, I think we in some ways we did say what we wanted.
Yeah.
That it's the episode we wish we got last week. Not
Yeah.
that last week's was bad, but this is a better, more fight-centric episode. Also, the animation was consistently it was different throughout, but it was a consistently high-quality style of animation every other time. And I just felt that one, we're starting to understand. Well, they're explaining Luffy's powers. We understand a little more probably because we're all manga readers. But like seeing Kaido, sort of, who has a huge understanding of devil fruit powers, explaining it, saying it can't be this, it can't be that. Well, what's happening? Why are you able to affect the world? You know, those sort of things. It's interesting, and I really enjoyed this episode.
This was a way better display of Luffy's powers. Not just just how insane they are and how powerful he is, but I loved like showing more of the manipulation of not only the world but of people in multiple ways. Like when he busted in with his face and everybody reacted to it, and they had like the big ridiculous like Tom and Jerry cartoon eyes, or just the scene where he gets swallowed by him and starts to use his arms to reach out through his eyeballs.
Yes,
like that is ridiculous. It is insane. It really shows how much he can actually manipulate the world and the people when he fights them. But again, it's so insane that I cannot fathom how anyone in the series is going to stand a chance against him.
Well, we've never seen the Gorosei's powers up close. We haven't seen Emu's powers up close. We haven't seen Blackbeard, who's got probably 2 to 3 devil fruits, because they pretty much hinted that he has 3 hearts or three people in there.
Dude, I'll tell you this right now. This fight's already pretty freaking amazing. Luffy versus Blackbeard has got to be nuts.
I don't want to get too theory right now, but I actually think Blackbeard gets almost defeated by Emu. Because they try and go and defeat Emu, and or take on the world government.
And they are forced to have to team up.
Yeah.
But then they have one more final battle for One Piece.
For the ability to set sail for One Piece,
Whatever One Piece even is, which better...
It's the friendships you made along the way.
No. I'm so glad the author at least said that it's not like an idea, it's not his hat, it's not like the journey.
It has to be something, because everyone laughs, and now that Luffy's powers make people laugh and are happy, it's obviously some sort of object that does what Luffy's powers
It is Joy Boy's treasure, right?
Essentially. But maybe it's a thing that has a devil fruit, which they've shown that's possible with guns and other things.
Yeah.
Or like the animal crossover gun thing with an elephant. I forgot what that was.
That'd be a weird way to
finally.
finally...
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. Wasn't that... I think it was Funk Freed the elephant.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's something like that. I don't know. This is not a theory video, but there's obviously some sort of laughing, gas-emitting, happy object thing, And anyway... don't want to get too into the theories, but overall, this episode shows where the fights are going in this. They're getting giant. They're getting huge. They're going to have huge stakes, and they're going to be beautifully animated. God, I hope anyway.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite moments and maybe like a favorite scene from this episode?
To me, it's when Luffy got smashed, not his face, but when he got smashed in the ground, but made the ground rubber, and then just like bounced out of it. And it kind of shows that if he's prepared with his new powers, he can kind of take any attack. So it's kind of interesting seeing that play out. And like you said, it was a throwback, or I was saying it was a throwback to that lady. What's her name in the very beginning of One Piece? Alvida.
Yeah, who also had like the big club and mace.
Yeah, and just sort of hit him, and he just said, those sort of attacks don't hurt me. And now that Luffy has these new powers, it's sort of the same thing, even though he probably still got hurt a little bit because it had Conqueror's Haki and all that stuff mixed in. But yeah, I just think that this fight needs 1 or 2 more episodes.
Yeah, and it needs a few more like really big moments. Like that was the thing. Like I really enjoyed this fight, but I was waiting for that moment after the eye catch. The whole like Luffy, he loses his powers for a second, then the drums of liberation play up again, and he gets all pumped up, and he gets that one just amazing punch on Kaido. Like that
the face punching through punch.
Yeah, that was the sequence that really sold it for me in this episode. It was over the top in the best way possible, and like I love action anime and like cool attacks, really unique ones, whether it be beams or stands from JoJo or ninja abilities from Naruto. At the end of the day, a punch to the face that sends someone flying and slamming into like a mountainside is still one of the coolest damn things on the planet for me. So I really enjoyed that one. Also, I'm loving the music. It really is making this feel unique and different. Just
and
so
I
hyped
cannot
for all
believe
this.
we have to talk about this. They essentially made Luffy go Super Saiyan, or at least like
Same sound effect, the golden aura.
I was like, damn, you guys aren't even trying to hide it. You know, like it was just like straight up. It's a Super Saiyan-esque transformation, and it was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. Overall, really good episode. I give this one a rock solid 9 out of 10 because it's a mostly fighting episode. No problems, no pacing issues. They're essentially going beat by beat with the manga, but adding in between, you know, like doing the frames in between and making it better. And I miss the seriousness of this is the one thing I do miss, the seriousness, but I understand we have to accentuate the goofy. But like there's nothing more interesting than like seeing Kaido get angry and then the tone changes and then it cuts to Luffy and he does like Roadrunner feet and like bounces towards him. So really good episode for me.
Yeah. For me, it's an 8. It's not a perfect episode, but an 8 I think is still really great. There's just enough awesome moments in this episode. The animators for every sequence just did a great job making every single scene seem really distinctive and amazing, and I'm totally digging all the cartooniness of this. In fact, I think it opens up a whole nother conversation about One Piece. And, you know, ever since last week's episode, there's been like this stupid little anime war going on between people. Like, did Gear 5 break the internet? Is it epic as Ultra Instinct or everybody else's transformations and everything? And is One Piece too cartoony? And I don't know about you guys if we've been watching the same show, but One Piece is the cartooniest action anime ever made. It's a part of its identity. I just think now it's finally starting to fully embrace everything that it is. I mean, go back and watch One Piece. There are scenes that are just as ridiculous as some of the stuff here. Maybe not as stylized, but grand even. But you know, One Piece is cartoony.
One of the first dudes they meet on an island is a guy stuck in a trunk.
One of the villains is a freaking clown. Like, there's just... And that's just small examples. You guys know this has been going on for over 20 years.
Remember the Long Island? Not even anyone remembers that. It was an island that was a big ring, and everything on there was long.
Yes. Long Ring Island.
Long Ring Island.
Yeah, there you go. Like, there's so much cartooniness to One Piece, and like I said, I don't think this is anything new for the franchise. I just think they're finally starting to, like, realize, oh, let's run with this. Let's have fun with this and do something unique and crazy. Because every other show features a character who basically powers up, gets really muscled up, and they just beat the crap out of the bad guy.
Yeah, like
this is doing something different.
It could be the Zoro show where it's just a traditional, like, look at me, I really want to beat this guy, raw, and then I beat him. You know, like, that's traditional. That's Dragon Ball Z 101. Like, Ultra Instinct is essentially just really another badass Super Saiyan. Like, you got to give it up for Oda for taking a huge chance here with this one. And it's working. Is it what we're used to? No, but it's working. So, I mean, I'm down with it. And also, we have no idea what he's going to make up for the final bad guy's powers. And what's it going to be like when you're fighting Blackbeard, who has 3 Devil Fruits, who can attack you with a black hole and an earthquake and Conqueror's Haki? Like, it doesn't even make sense what that's going to be.
No.
You know?
If anything, they're going to inject a lot more creativity into it and more power to them. That's what I'm really loving about One Piece. And, of course, the biggest thing about Luffy's form is that it is sort of like the perfect encapsulation of what the entire series is all about, which is ultimately freedom itself and fighting against a force in a world that restricts all of that freedom. Luffy has embodied everything that is with his ability to basically bend reality itself. So it's symbolic, it looks really cool, and it's unique all at the same time. And I can't wait to see the rest of this fight. This one was pretty damned awesome.
Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure and like and subscribe to our channel. And if you want to see this in its entirety, subscribe to our Patreon, where we upload the entire reaction with audio from the episode, stuff we can't do on YouTube currently. And we just really hope you enjoy this, and we're enjoying sitting down and talking about One Piece again. I don't know if you guys know the history of our channel, but we've been making content kind of consistently since 2011. So if you enjoy the channel, we will definitely keep making videos. And thank you so much for watching.
All right. Bye, guys. That's it.
Stay dandy or something.
Stay dandy. Or... Space dandy is wackier than some of this shit, okay?